Hey YouTube, it's Sharice here. My laptop will not let me record. So I've been having to record on my phone, which is why it's at such a strange angle. I'm gonna see if I can fix a little bit. Y'all know me and trying to fix stuff, how it usually just doesn't work. I just don't like the angle. Okay, that's somewhat better. Not as much of the ceiling. All right, so I'm getting ready to just go have dinner with Jackie and her husband's brother. She's had family in for her graduation. You guys know she graduated with her master's this past weekend on the 15th. So we've just like been in a huge celebration of her, and then school just ended today. So I'm free of children teaching kids for 3 weeks, and I'm so thankful for that because I need a break. All of us educators need a break. Hello. So I decided that for today's look, because I've been doing Christmas looks all week, guys, like using red, green, and gold all week, and they've been pretty cute, but I haven't been able to film them because my laptop won't let me. And in the mornings before school, I don't like to film on my phone because I don't want the battery to be low when I go to school. Even though I have a car charger, but I don't like to bring one into the school and charge my phone at school because I just don't like to do that. So I haven't really filmed any looks for you guys. So tonight I decided, let me do a look using some of my most expensive, more high-end products, because we are going to, well, actually this is not a bonnet. This is actually a hot head. I'm deep conditioning my hair under here. And this is like a heated cap. You just put it in your microwave. Let me see if I can show y'all. Yeah, hot heads. Ooh, that's a close-up of my skin. Hot heads. Yeah, so it's actually warm. I'm deep conditioning my hair. I'm gonna leave this on until we come back, which will probably be way late tonight. You'll see how this look is gonna go. But wait, what was I talking about? Yo, I'm so tired. What was I talking about? Oh, I decided to film a look using some of my most expensive products just because I want to, and I usually don't use them a lot. So they need to be used. I need to use them. So we're going to start with the NARS Pore and Shine Control Primer. I believe this is like between $35 and $38. That's expensive for a primer. But we're going to use this. This is what it looks like. It's like a lotiony, like a thick, well, not super thick, but a thicker lotiony kind of texture. I'm just going to go in and work this into my skin. Really focusing around my nose and the corners of my mouth and my chin, and then the forehead. I also like to take this onto my eyelids and my brows to make sure they don't get oily. I really do like this primer. I feel like it works. It works. All right. In keeping with the theme, we're also going to do my Becca eye primer. I'm pretty sure I got this as gratis. Ooh, I almost dropped it. It's the Becca Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Primer. I don't know how much this goes for. I'm going to say between like $18 and $25 though. Just knowing Becca's prices. And I'm going to take this with my finger. I'm going to place this underneath my eyes, even though I feel like my under eyes don't really look that tired. Do you use the Fenty foundation? Yes, I do, but I'm not using it today. I actually recently got no, I'm not doing a New Year's look. Will I do one? I don't know, because I'm about to be going to my parents, and I don't know, we might be going to Florida. I don't really know what's going on with my break, where I'm going to be, what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, oh, the Fenty foundation. I'm not using it right now because I ran out of the one I had. I finished one, and then I bought another one, a replacement one. But I don't want to open it yet because it's not my shade right now. It's closer to my late spring, early summer shade. So I don't want to open it yet. I wear a shade 450. That's the closest to my skin tone, and I can wear that when I'm a little bit darker. I've lost my summer band tan, and I feel super weird. I'm like, wow, I look pale. I'm also drinking water right now. And I'm drinking apple kiwi lemonade from Wendy's. It's really good. I usually like it with green tea, but they ran out of green tea and they mixed it with lemonade. I'm also trying to drink more water. That's one of my things for 2019. So I was like, let me start now. I feel like every year my only resolution is to drink more water, because your girl, I don't really like just plain water, but I'm just trying to get in the habit, you know? That tea, that apple kiwi tea from Wendy's is so good. You can get it with lemonade or you can get it with green tea. It is amazing. I love it. I mean, I normally don't get large drinks, but I got a large in this because it's that good. All right, my face and my eyes are primed. For foundation, we're gonna go with the NARS. What is this thing called? Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation. I believe this is between $46 and $48, if I'm not mistaken. Very expensive. That's why this is a bougie, gonna be a bougie makeup look. I wear the shade D2 New Caledonia. And this particular foundation only works for me when I use the NARS primer. If I don't use a NARS primer, it usually doesn't last as long. And I just went in with several pumps. I know, I'm not a fan of just natural water. I know I need to drink it. I know it's good for me. I probably went in with about 6 pumps. And I'm just going to use this It Cosmetics for Ulta brush in their full coverage, airbrush full coverage complexion foundation brush, number 77. We're going to take all that foundation I just squirted on my one cheek, and we're going to disperse it all around my face with this brush. The coverage on this foundation is amazing. It's not super duper heavy either, in my opinion. It blends super duper easy. As you can see, I was able to spread that out from one little spot over my entire face super easily. Look at that scar. Look how dark it is. Gone. So I really like the coverage of this. It's a really pretty foundation. Really makes your skin look super good, super nice. And yeah, on camera, it looks too light. I feel like a lot of my foundations look too light on camera, but I promise you in person, this matches my undertone really, really well and my skin tone. And I'm sort of blending into my hairline, but not really because I'm deep conditioning, you know? And it's not really going to be showing up there. I'm just looking into my bathroom mirror to blend this. I'm not even looking into my hand mirror, which I should probably do, just to make sure that I'm Gucci when it comes to blending and making sure I have coverage where I want it. There's something, okay, I got it out. I was like, there's something stuck in my lashes. My grandma had heart surgery today. They had to put a stent in her heart and like clean out one of her arteries. Everything went well. I think she's back at my parents' house now because it is an outpatient procedure. But the last picture I saw of her was her like resting in the hospital bed. I don't know how long they make you stay when you do an outpatient procedure. I guess it just varies probably depending on the patient and how well they recover from anesthesia and all that. But my sister is in nursing school and she was there to like, you know, just be there for my grandma and just I guess supervise and help out, all that good stuff. But everything went well, and yeah, let's just pray that she needs a minimal amount of surgeries for the remainder of her life because she gets really, really nervous about it and stuff. All right, so that's one layer of this foundation. I'm gonna say about 6 pumps because the pumps are really tiny. As you can see, it spreads really easy, blends really easy. So now we need to set to the face. I'm trying to think. Keeping in bouginess, we're gonna go in with the Patrick's powder. I did pick this up from his holiday collection. This is a special holiday packaging. I've been wanting this powder for a really long time to test it out, and I just never had the chance to get my hands on it. So we're gonna go in with this. I normally just take the puff and do this first since there's a puff in here, and whatever's on it goes on my face. Fog the lens with my breath. I can do that, but I'm not going to. Does it look foggy to y'all? It looks clear to me, but I don't have my glasses on, so maybe it's not as clear as I think it is. And I'm going to use this Sonia Kashuk sponge. It's her face and body sponge. It's huge, as you can see. And I'm going to take a lot of this powder. Like, it's about to get real messy. Like, we're about to get really messy. I'm going to take a lot of this powder, and I'm going to just distribute this onto my face, focusing on the eye area, the sides of my nose, and then my forehead and brow area. As you can see, this powder just melted right into my skin. This sponge is like barely damp. It's basically almost dry. And I'm just dipping into the cap to get a little bit more powder to do my chin area and around my mouth, and then down the bridge of my nose with whatever's left over. And I'm pressing it into the skin so I don't move around the foundation. All right, that's enough of that powder. There's still plenty in the cap, so I just put it back in here to the best of my ability because, you know, I'm not about that wasting life. I did my best. If there's too much still in it, it's 20 recovery. Outpatient recovery is 24 hours. This patient needs to stay longer. Oh, so she has to stay there for a full 24 hours? Okay. I thought she was going home today. Like, you go in and you leave the same day, but I guess she got to stay overnight. So if there's still stuff left over in the cap after I try and dump it in, I just take my little favorite brush for powder and I just take it and put it on my face. I'm probably going to go home to my parents' house Sunday so I can make it for church. Yeah. I don't know how long I'm staying. Like, I really don't know what's happening this break. Supposedly we might be going to Florida or something. I really don't know. So I kind of need to know that information before I go so I know what to pack. But nobody's really telling me anything. This is not a bougie item, but this honestly is one of my favorite powders for my face. Y'all know I love the Black Radiance True Complexion Soft Focus Finishing Powder in the shade Milk Chocolate Finish. I love this stuff. It's amazing. This is probably going to be like the least expensive, one of the least expensive items that I use. And I love this brush. This is the Real Techniques Instapop face brush. I love this. No. Oh, 24 hours recovery if needed. Okay, got it. So that's like the max for outpatient surgery. Okay, got it. So I think, I don't know. I need to ask if she's home. My dad sent an email saying everything was okay, and they texted me and stuff while I was at school. I just love this brush because the angle of it, it's also like fluffy but dense at the same time, but not too dense. It's just perfect for applying powder to the face, and it picks up a lot of product. That's one thing I like about it too. Like, it really picks up a lot of product. Oh, I forgot to blend under my chin. So, I mean, I feel like I can work really fast with it. This has been like my go-to technique as of late, and I've been loving it. I've been loving the way my makeup has been lasting, the way it looks. As you can see, I'm kind of avoiding the under eye area because I want that to be the brightest. But I'm definitely going to hit up my entire forehead since I have a large forehead, and around my brows and the sides of my nose. But avoiding the under eye area, we're going to use another powder to brighten that area even more. Love this powder. The finish is beautiful. It's just one of the best I've ever used. So for me, I like to go back under my eyes when I'm being extra. This is another inexpensive powder, but it's okay. I've been loving the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible in the shade 700 Classic Tan, and I take this tiny brush that has that same angle as the Instapop brush, but it's smaller, and I've been loving, I've like packed this brush with powder, and I've been loving to go right under the eye with this, just to really kind of brighten it up with this powder, and to really make sure that my under eyes don't crease, because I find that the Patrick's powder is not as like heavy duty as my Airspun, so sometimes my under eyes will crease even though I don't even wear concealer. So I like to just go in with a secondary powder to add a little bit more brightness, like nothing too intense. And sometimes I'll hit like the bridge of my nose with it. Just like this very low part of my forehead, like the brow area. Just to add some brightness and to really make sure those under eyes don't move, and to add extra oil control in that area. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of drugstore powders. So I don't know, I feel like they work better for me than high-end powders. And I just love this brush. It's perfect for like detail and under the eye. So this is a BH Cosmetics 138 brush, and I have powder on my arm. I don't know if y'all can see that. All right, so now my face, like the base is done. Oh no, I didn't do contour. We'll be fancy and do a little bit of contour. Let me show you what I've been doing for that. I've been using this Pure Cosmetics brush. This brush is supposed to be used with their shake and bake, whatever it's called, powder to cream concealer. Like I got this as gratis with Ulta when I worked for Ulta. But this brush actually works great for like contouring. Like it's the perfect size for this area. So that's what I've been using it for recently. And we're gonna go back to being bougie, more high-end products. We're gonna go in with my Becca multitasking face. If I can close the drawer, oh my goodness. My primer drawer is like overflowing right now with primers, and they're not wanting to fit back in here the way they were, which is always annoying. When you take a product out of a drawer and then it doesn't close again, when you try and put stuff back where it just came from, that annoys me. Okay, we're just gonna take that product out. Ugh. Okay. Okay, there we go. So yeah, like I was saying, this is the Becca Multitasking Perfecting Powder in the shade Deep Bronze. I believe this is the deepest shade that they offer in this. And I believe they actually discontinued this product, but look at that shade. It's perfect for contour for my skin tone. So we're gonna use that. I didn't tell you I got 4 fillings yesterday. Yeah, because I hate flossing. I get cavities in between my teeth because I hate flossing. So what I do is I kind of turn this brush on its side, as you can see. And I do like a really intense line at first. And then I'll go in and like blend it out in a second. But I like kind of just press it into the powder like this. Pressing it in there to load it up with product. So we're gonna go like intense and not blended first. Like boom, boom. I feel like this side needs more. And I try and keep it high up on my face because I don't want to drag my face down. And then I'm slowly going to sort of bring it forward. You see how that's adding shape right there? I love that. It took me a while to figure this out and like really get the technique down packed, but this brush really helps. And to make sure that everything is nice and symmetrical, that's very important to me. You see how that's like adding shape? And then we're gonna go in and blend it out. After I have it placed, I go in and blend. Whatever's left over, I've been taking on the sides of my nose. And this brush is very dense but very soft, so it packs on a lot of product. As you can see, like my nose is gonna look overly contoured. And I normally don't contour my nose, but this is for like when I'm being extra, you know? Which is right now. And whatever's left over after I do my nose, I just take and I rub it on the very top of my forehead, all the way across, just to, you know, I'm trying to minimize her because she's obviously huge. I know I look crazy now. We need to blend. We need to blend. Don't worry, it'll all come together. I'm not gonna leave my cheeks like this because right now I look crazy. Okay? Ooh, ooh, it's so soft, so dense, works so well. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I like brush up too. Brush up the nose. Okay. That's enough of this powder. A little bit goes a super long way. So with this brush now, I should just go in and blend this out a little bit at the top. See how I soften that up just a little bit? Softening, blending, Like I said, this brush is really, really, really soft, but very dense. So you don't need to apply a lot of pressure. So this is like blend number one. I like the very harsh line underneath it. Yeah, Nola, I ignore that child now. Now I'm gonna go in with the other powder brush I was using, the Instapot brush. And this is where I go underneath and go over top to blend it into the skin even more. So it's not as harsh, but still visible. Really, it just softens it up. I go over my nose as well, because the nose can look real obvious. We want everything to be nice and seamless. And then if the nose is still not looking quite right, I go in with that brush I used to go under my eyes, and I'll go over the sides of my nose to lighten it even more, just blend it even more with everything. Whatever powder is left over on these brushes, I'm not adding any additional products, just whatever powder is left in there is what we're using to blend out the contour. And that's what it looks like after. I really like the way this has been looking a lot. It just really helps to add a little bit more shape to my very oblong face. Okay, let me drink some more water. Ow! My cavities that just got filled are a little bit sensitive to like cold drinks. So it's like hurting a little bit. All right, so after this, I'll normally highlight and do blush. For tonight, I think I'm just gonna highlight. I don't want to do any blush. I'm just gonna highlight. Hey, Nola June, have you been a good girl? Are you being a good girl? And for highlights, we need something. I know what I want. Where it at though? Here we go. For highlighter, I'm going to be using from Becca the Chocolate Geode. It's a nice gold color. I've been loving really golden highlights or green gold highlight, which I also have one from Becca that's a green gold. But we're not going to use that one tonight. I'm feeling more like this is going to be more of a more wearable, like traditional look. This is what it looks like, Chocolate Geode. This runs for, I've been telling you the price of everything except the drugstore stuff. Pretty sure this runs for 36 Becca highlighters are $34 to $38, I believe. So I feel like that's a bougie price. And I'm just going to apply this to my cheekbones. And I'm using very light pressure and a very fluffy brush to do that. And you're going to see the glow take place. And I'm blending it out while I do it, so that the contour and the highlight kind of meet and mesh together, are not separated by like a blank space of foundation, because that looks great. We want them to marry each other, since I'm not wearing blush especially, to further blend the two together. So kind of just make sure that they touch. I'm using a BH Cosmetics number 5 brush from the It's My Ray Ray collection. I actually really like this for applying highlighter. My favorite ones are dirty. I need to wash my brushes desperately. Luckily, I have enough like backups and like clean ones to still achieve the looks that I want, just not with my usual brushes. But I've been liking this for applying highlighter. It works just fine if you apply light pressure. As you see, I'm doing like sweeping and circular motions to blend, and I'm going overlapping with the contour so that everything kind of just blends together. Like I said, we don't want a stripe of blankness between the highlight and the contour. And yes, I have texture on my skin. Yes, I have adult acne, but I just go over it anyway. Like I don't really care that much that it shows, and that, like, you know, highlighter and stuff like that can accent it. 'Cause I'm not perfect. My skin isn't perfect, and that's okay, yo. It's aight. It's aight. I can still have fun with makeup. I love doing makeup. It's fun. Okay, highlighting the brow bone with this as well in the same brush. And then I'm also going to highlight the bridge of my nose with the same brush, applying very light pressure. I go up and down first, and then I'll go side to side to intensify it. The very bridge and the tip of my nose. And I'll also do the Cupid's bow. And then I'll just go in with whatever's left over and kind of blend everything together and go a little bit above the brow. And just really, just kind of go all over with whatever highlighter's left in the brush to give my skin a glow. All right, so that is the base done for me. My last step that I've been doing as of late that has been very effective and working very well for me when it comes to adding to the longevity of my makeup and controlling my oil is using a setting spray. Now, this is not a high-end setting spray. I find actually that cheaper drugstore alternative setting sprays work better for me, just like I feel like drugstore powders work better for me. And the one I've been loving is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This stuff is awesome. I also like the e.l.f. one, and I also like the Wet n Wild one. Those are like my top 3 that really work for me. So we're gonna go ahead and spray my face. I make sure I get a nice, even, thick layer. Thick, I just spit. Thick layer of this. And I have to make sure I get under here too, because when I hug people, this really helps me not to leave makeup on their shoulders, you know, especially when I'm hugging like taller people taller than me, and I'm 5'9". If I do accidentally brush against their shoulder, and then I just fan myself like a crazy person. I also feel like this helps melt the foundation, just everything into the skin. And I let it dry about like 80%. And then I go in with the sponge and I just go in and I press it in. Press it in, press it in. I just press it over my entire face to really just make that setting spray, just make it last, okay? I just press all over, and this just makes everything melt in. And that is the base complete. Next, I go on to brows. Yay, I finished my little mini bottle of water, but where's the count? ¿Dónde está? I don't know, we're just gonna sit the bottle down. Okay, brows, another low-end drugstore product I love. I mean, I'm just not picky with my brows, you know, y'all know how I am. I just draw them on there. Just get her done, and I like to use the Wet n Wild retractable eyeliner pencil. Eyeliner pencil. I don't know why I'm saying that. Do 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 do. Ha 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 ha. I'm like trying not to block y'all, but at the same time I'm like, I need to get in the light so I can see what's happening here. Lola Jan. Like last night I went to a Christmas party and I really wanted to film the makeup look I did for that because I did it really quick. But like I said, my computer is not working and I didn't want to do it on my phone. So I was traveling somewhere I'd never been before, so I need my phone to be at like full capacity. Even though I have a car charger, I just don't like to rely on chargers. When I'm going somewhere new, we're going to be at school all day and you never know what could happen. And the party was like 98% like couples, so married people or people that were engaged. And so it was a little awkward for me to be there because I'm not married, nor am I anywhere near being engaged. So it was kind of weird, kind of strange. Like, I was just glad to see my friend and fraternity sister from college, and to like see her new home, because I've never seen it before, and now I know where she lives and stuff, so that's cool. But like, yeah, it was a little odd. I mostly talked to her, and I talked to the dogs, and I talked to her husband briefly about cavities. How exciting, right? Exciting, fruitful holiday party conversation. All right, there's a brow, there's a brow. My brows have been coming out different basically every day, but that's to be expected when you don't have that much. Like, I mean, look at the difference. Wanted to shave my lip. Ooh. Ooh, what is this dry skin under my nose? I've been getting dry patches for the first time ever in my life at 26 years old. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, at first it really freaked me out because I've never had dry skin before. So it really freaked me out when I started to see dry, flaky patches on my face. But yeah, my skin she's been doing okay, you know. She's doing better than she was a while ago. I feel like the last time I recorded, I was having more issues with my skin, but now she's okay. She's not bad. Right now, she's doing all right. She's not being completely and utterly disrespectful right now, so I'll take it. We had a potluck today at school with the teachers and like they call it Chinese gift exchange. I don't know the origin of that. I don't like really calling it that. I don't know if it's like true. Like, did it really come from China? Or is it something we just made up and called it that, you know, here in the United States? I don't know. Don't come for me. But that was fun. But as soon as I got home, like, I started to feel sick. So like I ate something that did not sit right with me in my insides. So low-key, like, not really ever wanting to eat at a work function again because my stomach was not happy. Why is my eye watering over here? There's no reason for it to be watering. Okay, my brows are done. That took a little bit, a while. I wanted them to be kind of like extra nice because I'm not going to have my hair out, so the focus is really going to be on my face. And I'm noticing that my foundation is a lot more radiant and dewy, which even with this foundation, it's usually not this radiant and dewy. So when that starts to happen to me, I just take the main powder brush and whatever powder is left over in it, I just go over the skin again, even though I've already sprayed it. I just tap. And whatever powder is left over will kind of absorb any excess oil, if it is oil, or it could just be like I'm just glowing from the foundation, the products I've used, which that seems to be the case. It looks like I'm just glowing. But that helped a little bit. Because, you know, your girls, I like a matte finish. All right, we're done with like the base and the brows, which is my favorite part of makeup. Personally, I love skin. I love perfecting the skin and making the skin look nice and flawless because I don't have flawless skin. So it's always nice to transform my skin. So keeping on the bougie train, for eyeshadow today, we're going to use the Pat McGrath Sublime Mothership number 2 palette. And we're going to focus on the green shade in here. I haven't used it yet. I've used the gold. It's beautiful, but I have not used the green. So we're going to use that. This is the packaging, the box it comes in. Stick that right there. Has the shades listed. And then here are the shadows. Oh, so pretty. It's beautiful. The gold is awesome, and I haven't used that green yet, so I've never even touched the green. I've used the dark brown in here. We're going to be using that for the crease. Okay. I've used a few of the shades in here. I don't want this to fall, so we're going to stick that right here. I'm going to need more of a transition, though, so I'm trying to decide what other kind of bougie palette I want to use that's, like, expensive. We're going to go into the Desi and Katie Friendcation palette, because this is $55. This is expensive, but it's on sale right now, I think, on Ulta. But this is also expensive. Dose of Colors is kind of bougie-esque. And we're going to use the Sigma E38, Diffuse, is that the word is rubbed off? Yeah, Diffuse Crease Brush. I'm going to go into this shade right here. What is the shade called? Girl Bye. It's in the shade Girl Bye. I'm going to use that as my transition color, because it has kind of a burgundy-ish. It's kind of a burgundy-ish shade, so it kind of goes with like red for the holiday. It's not your typical like orange or lighter warm brown for the crease, so I'm just going to blend that into my transition area and try not to block the camera while I do it. I like that. I like that. So far, so good. And I think I said this is the Dose of Colors Desi NKT Friendcation palette. And how I prime my lids most of the time is just with my foundation and concealer. That's what I use. That covers the pigmentation of my lids, and it just provides a smooth, even base without having to use any extra products or do any extra steps. I don't even know what time it is. I'm looking at my computer. Oh, I'm doing great on time. We're gonna meet at 8 p.m. I have plenty of time. My hair's gonna be deep conditioning for hours, and I don't mind it. I might just rinse it out tomorrow, honestly. Like, I'm not even joking. My hot head needs to be reheated. I might not even reheat it though, because I can still feel like the warmth inside just from it being on my head and the natural heat from my own body. So, yeah. I'm just building this color up so that it's nice and opaque from inner to outer corner, as you can see. And then we're gonna deepen up the crease, going back into that Pat McGrath palette. Yes, that's what I want for my transition shade. Going back to this palette, we're gonna use the shade Dark. And I'm gonna switch my brush to, I want the Alamar brush. Where it at, though? Where is the Alamar brush that I'm looking for? Is it this one that I want? I think so. I'm gonna use this Alamar Cosmetics brush, going to that shade Dark, which is the dark brown from this Sublime 2 palette, which is quite heavy. It's very heavy duty. Like, you can feel the quality. It feels like money, which I have that song stuck in my head from Cardi B because I've watched the video twice today. And we're gonna use that to deepen up the crease. And I'm going right into the socket of my eye. so that we don't we don't cover up the transition shade. So you can see, going right underneath. You see that? We want to stay right in the socket. And this is quite dark, and I feel like it goes on even darker on the actual lid than what it looks like in the palette, because it's almost like a black and brown. See how deep that is? I'm taking that from inner to outer, focusing it mostly on the outer, like 3/4, so like so. And I really like this brush because it's like tapered but fluffy at the same time, so it blends as you apply it, but can also pack on a decent amount of color without having to dip into the eyeshadow too many times, because that's annoying in my opinion. And I have to just check with my eyes open to make sure that the shade does peek out a little bit. So I have somewhat of hooded lids. That's exactly what I want. I don't want to peek out too much. Just want to add that depth right in the socket though. All right, so far so good with like blending and just like laying eyeshadows and achieving the look that I ultimately want. Okay, we are good. Adding a little bit extra to the outer V area. We're now gonna go in with the green. Try and decide, do I want to put down a base or not, or do I just want to try it without a base? I'm gonna try it without a base. The green is called Blitz Emerald from the Sublime 2 palette from Pat McGrath. I have never even swatched it. Like, it's never been touched ever. So I'm excited to put that on my lids today. Taking it on my middle finger. Wow. Oh yeah, we don't need a base for this. Like, bro. Hermano. Wow, that's so glittery. That is oh my gosh. Wow, that is Christmas on my, I'm wearing this on Christmas. That's Christmas on my eyelid. Yo, like it is so pigmented and so glitter, like it, oh my gosh, it's just jumping off my eye. Like it's beautiful. That is beautiful. We're gonna apply this all on the lid. I'm starting with my finger and then you're gonna see what I do. So I'm doing it with my finger first. Then I'm making sure I look all the way like up to see how far up it goes. And we're gonna kind of cut the crease, but like unofficially, y'all know how I do. We're gonna unofficially cut the crease. And to make sure this is more precise than normal, I'm going to dampen my brush with a little bit of agua, with some water. I'm taking this Alamar Cosmetics brush and I'm going into this shade, Blitz Emerald. And I'm just following where it left a mark from me applying it on the lower part of my lid with a damp brush to get the cut crease effect without really being too precise and doing the most. We're doing the most without doing the most. That's what this video really is. I feel like that's my makeup style. Doing the most without doing the most. I'm also going to use this to apply to my lid damp, just to really make it pop and make sure that it's super opaque everywhere on my lid. Oh, my kids performed today, 5th grade. They did so good. They wrote raps and a song about our school-wide book we were reading called The Wild Robot, and they killed it with their performances. Like, Everyone was so complimentary of them. I'm really happy for them. Like they said everyone's calling us champs, Miss Ishman. I'm like, you guys are champs. Like you deserve that title. That is, oh my gosh, I'm really happy. That's really pretty. So we're gonna do the same technique for the other eye. I'm gonna apply it on the lower part of my lid first with the finger, and I'm getting a little bit of fallout, but nothing like bad. Like it doesn't look green under my eye, but I do see some green little sparkles, which is okay. Doesn't really bother me. So I'm going to apply this on the lower part of my lid with my finger first, and then I'm going to open all the way, like look down and see how high up the glitter like transfers. Dampening the brush again with some more water because it kind of dried a little bit. Squeezing out the excess because you don't want it to be too damp. Then you're going to have a mess on your eye. You don't want a mess. Taking it damp and then creating that cut crease following that line. Oh my gosh, applying this damp is like literally so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Pat, what have you done? You have transformed my lids. Sorry, I keep blocking it. Again, the shade is called Blitz Emerald. And emerald green is my favorite shade of green. Like, this is my favorite shade of green. Emerald green. And so, you know, I'm living for this look. And that's one reason I wanted this palette. I was trying to decide between the Sublime 2 and 3. And I decided to get the 2 first. And I plan to get the 3 one of these years. I'm going on a no-buy next year. I really just want to focus on traveling more next year because that's something I don't really, well, something I just haven't been able to afford to do. Usually my parents pay for me to go on one trip a year. I didn't go on one last year. I just didn't. I was in a very kind of like depressive state last year. And yeah, it was just, I don't know. I just didn't go last year. This is so pretty. Wow. And again, I'm just applying it damp all over my lids to make sure that's nice and opaque. All right, now that that is done, I'm going back to the first brush we used. I'm gonna go into the black from the Sublime palette. It's called Extreme Black, and it is a matte black right here. I'm gonna tap that onto the outer V area. Maybe or maybe not. I don't want to disturb this green too much. I guess I'll tap on what I can without disturbing the green. It's kind of just mixing with the green, which I don't want to change the shape of the makeup, so. Taking the brush I use for the dark brown, which is called Dark, I'm just gonna go in and blend that around these edges. I'm gonna blend the black too. Let me try this brush with the black and see if I get a better result in this area, this region. Yeah, that's better. At least for that eye. This eye is kind of eh. Okay. Going in with a totally different brush I haven't used yet. This is a Coastal Scents brush, and I'm going to go back into the Friendcation palette and take the crease shade I use called Girl Bye, that more like berry burgundy-ish tone. I'm going to blend out the edges of this eye look, like in this region, right above the outer V area. I always like that area looks janky sometimes with my looks. I don't want that with this look because it's so pretty. And I love that this color is like peeking out. It really does look like Christmas on my eyes because of the red tone and the shadow. That's so pretty. I feel like I need a little bit more green on this eye. So I'm just going to go in with it damp one last time, the Emerald Blitz. That basically, when you use this shade damp, it basically foils it. Which is how I'm able to get like a cut crease look with it. Because it's like foiled onto the skin. Just making sure that blends into the black. That is so pretty. Trying to decide, what am I going to do for the lower lash line? For the lower lash line, I'm thinking we go smoky. So the first shade I'm going to use is from the Friendcation palette, the Girl Bye shade that's in my crease. And I'm going to use this Sigma E20 short shader brush to really kind of smudge all these shades onto my lower lash line. And I'm going to bring this kind of low. So I'm not even worried about it getting right up to my lash line right now. I probably should wipe away the fallout first. For the fallout, I'm just going to take this fluffy brush that I sometimes use to blend out my contour and to apply blush. Let me try the powder brush. Oh my goodness, I love this shade. I cannot stop looking at my eyeballs. It is so pretty. Like I said, I'm bringing this pretty low underneath my eye, because something else is going to go like in the waterline and on the lash line. Something darker. So I really want this red tone to kind of show. Also making sure to kind of connect it in this area. I low-key just use it to kind of sharpen the outer edges of the look. Okay. For the lash line, I'm going to use the same brush. And I'm going to take the black from the Pat McGrath palette called Extreme Black. Should I use this brush? It's kind of thick. We're going to try it. Taking that just on the edge of it. And I'm going to run this on the lash line. Ooh, I don't like that. And I don't like it, so we're just gonna stop halfway. Oh, I don't like that. I thought I wanted something dark and smoky. Maybe I'll like it better when I add the black glitter liner. So we're just gonna go halfway with this, and then I'm gonna do the glitter eyeliner and see what I think. I don't want my Pat McGrath palette to fall, so I'm going to put it back in the box so it can be safe and sound. And I'm going to tie it up with the little tie thing that it has. And I'm going to put her away. Back. Oh. Ah. I just dropped something else. I'll have to fix this drawer because that was at the bottom of the drawer with all the products, and now everything won't go back in there how it was. One of my pet peeves about having makeup is when it doesn't go back in there the way it was. That's okay though. I'll fix it later. I'm starting to get really, really warm. Warum? Why? I don't know why I get hot when I do my makeup. I'm just gonna blend. Okay. I'm gonna take a pencil I got in my BoxyCharm. Let me find it. From Jaunted Blue. Oh, that Pat McGrath palette, $125. So that's one of the main reasons this video is bougie as well. Like a bougie makeup look. I need to sharpen it, so I'm going to do that real quick. But that green is stunning. I'm going to take this pencil. It's a glittery black, which I think will look really pretty since there's a lot of glitter in the Pat McGrath shadow. I'm trying to prop my mirror up so I can see, but it won't work. So annoying. I just have to get down lower, which means you guys probably can't even see me. I'm going to put this in the waterline of my eye. The waterline and kind of the lash line. Okay, I like that. Okay. Maybe I like it when I do the wing liner on the top. I like everything better. Right now I just, I'm kind of like anti-black on the entire lower waterline. I want this look to be kind of smoky. And this eye is watering. Sure y'all can't even see me. Okay. Why? Why are my eyes watering? Okay. I like it a little bit better now. I can see it coming together. Let's line the upper lash line using a very non-expensive liner. This is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. This is what I normally always use. I have to hold the mirror close to do this. I'm going to do a very skinny small wing. That goes like halfway in. Kind of lining only half my eye. I do that a lot. I feel like it helps to make my eyes look a little bit bigger. And it accentuates like the almond shape of my eyes when I don't bring the liner all the way into my tear duct. And I really like that. I just wish the liner would show. There we go. So that's one wing done. This liner's actually running out. Oh my gosh, why is my eye tearing up so bad in the inner corner? Like, no. I hate when this happens. And then it ruins like the whole, this whole like section of my makeup. Like it's awful. Like that makeup is just missing right there. And it really annoys me. It hasn't happened in a while. But I really don't want it to happen since this look is so pretty. But then again, it's like, I'm going to wear it again on Christmas most likely. So if it does happen, I'm not mad because hopefully it won't happen then. So I'm trying to fix it before it gets too bad. Okay. Also, I feel like with slightly hooded lids, if you do line all the way into your inner corner, it makes your eyes look smaller because like your lids are covered because they're hooded, you know what I mean? Like you don't have as much lid space. So you're taking up lid space with liner and that makes your eyes look smaller. So I try not to do, well, I normally don't do my liner all the way in because it helps to make my eyes, it just doesn't take away from the eyeshadow basically because it's not being covered up with liner. Ooh, no, I messed it up. Oh no, I was trying to fix it and I messed it up. Don't you hate that? When you're trying to like perfect your makeup and then you make a mistake. Or you make it worse than what it already was. Or you should have just left it alone. Literally happening to me right now. I'm getting frustrated. I think I can fix it though with a little bit of foundation. Okay, before I mess it up even more, let me put the eyeliner down. Just put the eyeliner down. Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit of my foundation shade and just fix this wing real quick, and then we can add mascara and do the lips, which I already know what I'm doing for lips. Just taking a little bit of mascara, a little bit of foundation on this tiny little brush. I'm just going to do it on both sides just so that both sides match. There we go. And then with this same little brush, I'm just going to blend out that little bit of foundation that we used to clean up the look. And then tap it in with my finger. All right, I saved my wing. Now she's sharp and she's ready. Like a lot of people use concealer for that, but y'all know I don't really wear concealer, so I use my foundation. Works just the same. Yes, I like the look now. Mascara, I'm going to prime my lashes with the Lancome Cils Booster. And while I let this layer dry, we'll do the lips. You could do a red lip, which I feel like would be actually really pretty in contrast with this true like emerald Christmas green. And that would be a lip option, but I've been doing so many red lips. I actually wore a green lip today. Which, I mean, that could go with this too. If you want to be like monochromatic and do green on green. That's something that I'm not opposed to either, but I kind of want to do just a neutral look because the green, I love the eyes. I just really want the focus to be on the lids because it's such a pretty shade. And I find that this lash primer really does work really well. Is it a necessity? No, but I do like to use it when I'm trying to be fancier, when I do my nicer, bolder looks, when I have the time, basically. I'm doing great on time. I'm excited to go out with Jackie and get her her gift. I think I told y'all what I'm getting her. What? Well, I guess her husband and I are getting her. We're getting her Tiffany's bracelet. That's the big gift I really wanted to get Jackie for her, graduating with her master's degree. But I wanted to split the cost between like her closest family and friends. But that doesn't always work out, and that fell through. And I kind of waited to plan it until after people had already gotten their own individual gifts, so they didn't want to like dish out money twice, which I totally understand. So luckily her husband and I are gonna just do it, and I don't mind spending the money on Jackie. Like, she's one of those friends that's like worth me dropping this money that I'm gonna drop on this bracelet, so I'm not mad. It's just kind of inconvenient because I just got 4 fillings, which is like $286, and then I had some medical bills I had to pay, which was another, over $100. And so, but the thing about this break though, this next 3 weeks is like, I'll be with my parents mostly, so they can feed me and all that stuff and drive me around. And then Christmas, hopefully I'll get some money to kind of, replace some of the stuff I had to spend on extra things like my health and my teeth. So I'm not mad at it. And I'm just really layering up this primer because it really does make a difference. So we're gonna let that dry and do the lips. For the lips, I'm going to do a nude. So first we need to line them. And I'm going to line them. This one I want. I'm going to line them with this NYX lip pencil in Downtown Beauty. It's a brown. And it's a little bit more cool toned and a little bit darker than my skin. So there's a hair in here. Ooh. I try not to go out the lip line. That was so hard for me to do yesterday because my lips were numb from me getting my fillings. It was really hard for me to stay on my lip line. Like, I'm sure my lipstick was like trash and it was bright red, but I didn't care that much. Okay. And then I want to do this Becca gloss in this shade Molten Mauve on top. Keep with our bougie theme. For a nude gloss lip. This gloss feels really good. Now we can go in with mascara. For mascara, I'm using my IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. Y'all know I've been using this for a long periodically time. I really like this mascara, except for the fact that it like cakes up around the opening of the tube, but that's okay. I'll just try my best not to get it everywhere. I'm going to use this for my upper and lower lashes. I feel like I need to powder my face again. Like, it's super luminous in person. Which, like, I'm not against. It's just not my preference. I prefer a little bit more matte than what I'm looking like right now. Because I think about how much more oily I'll get over time. I'm like, that could be not good. I think it's a setting spray because I haven't used this foundation with the Milani setting spray. So I think that's what's like got it looking different. Because it normally looks really matte with the primer. So I don't think it's the primer. Definitely not the primer. Could also be the powders because like I said, Patrick's powder isn't to me as heavy duty as like my Coty Airspun. I just got a bunch of mascara where it shouldn't be on my lower lash line. So annoying. I really want this look to be really pretty because I mean I worked so hard on it, and the lid color is so beautiful. Like I just want it to look good, so I take pictures, you know, for the gram. But my lower lashes are trying to be like, no, son. Yeah, like it just cakes, all the mascara just cakes up right around the opening of the tube, which can be a disaster when you're trying to apply it to your lashes, because then it cakes up on your lashes. But my lashes are looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good. I'm just trying to like get the placement exactly right, the volume, everything. Just exactly where I want it to be. I love when I can take my time on my makeup and really perfect it. Ah, this glob. So, do, re, mi, fa, so, done with you. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, la, sol, la, mi, re, do. Do, mi, do, so, do. Yo, I like almost just drooled on myself singing. Like, what the heck? Okay. This glob right here, y'all see that? It's bothering me. But I don't think there's anything I can really do about it. It's so close to the inner corner of my eye. I could try and cover it up with some shadow, but I'm like, ugh, do I really want to? I kind of do, because I want this look to be like perfect, you know? So we're going to try and fix it. Let me think about how I can strategically do this. Going back into that Dose of Color shade, Girl Bye. Coming up underneath the lashes. Did that help? Yes, it did. Okay, that fixed it. All right, because I'm extra, I'm gonna go on with the Maybelline The Falsies Push Up Angel Mascara. Mostly because this one really combs through, and I'm especially gonna focus on my lower lashes to make sure that they are not too clumpy. And this one just really helps to really lift. So I'm just gonna kind of give my upper lashes a lift with this mascara, not really trying to do anything else with it for the upper lashes. Declump the bottom ones and lift the upper ones with this one. It's from the drugstore, it's like $8. All right, so I'm done with the lashes. The eyes are done. This look is done, except for the fact that I feel a little too luminous, my skin. So to fix that, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of, I want to use Airspun, to be honest. Like I need something more like heavy duty. I could also use Fenty, but Fenty tends to like break down after a while too. Like the translucent blotting powder, like you have to keep touching it up, which is something I don't like to do. So we're gonna go in with a little bit of Airspun. Just kind of shake it like this so some gets in the cap without me dumping it in the cap. Perfect. And I'm gonna lightly as I can, just press some of this into the T-zone area. And you'll see it like instantly mattifies the skin. And also brightens a little bit. I use the shade Suntan in the Airspun. Like I need that matteness. So I'm gonna use this Airspun to chisel out my face a little bit. I don't want to leave it for too long because it will leave a white stripe, which we don't want. Okay. Still glowy, but just more secure, especially put some under my eye over here to fix that little part where I was watering. Just make sure that T-zone is like mostly matte. There we go. Look at that. That's what I'm looking for. I feel like I took away from my highlight though, so now I didn't touch that up. And I'm not gonna spray again because I feel like that spray is what like had an adverse reaction with the foundation to make me look so glowy in the first place. So let's add a little bit more chocolate geode. Because of how golden it is, it looks really good with the green, the gold, the green. That little bit of like burgundy in the crease and on the lower lash line just really, to me, screams Christmas. Wow, a hymn just literally popped into my head. I'm telling you, a hymn is always in my head. Oh, I love the way the eyes look now. With the mascara and the wing liner, the black looks so good on the lash line. I want to make it even blacker. Like me. I'm loving the nude glossy lip. I'm just loving this look. Oh, even with a red lip. I might do some pictures with a red lip too because that would be so pretty too. I'm wearing this on, to say Halloween. What the heck? For Christmas. Ooh. Oh, I love, 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 love. Let me add more of the liner in my waterline. It's on this eye, right in the waterline. On the outer edge, it tends to fade away. There we go. That really does like intensify it even more. And then kind of in this area too, because my eye was tearing up earlier. I want that to be nice and black. In the tear duct. Yes. All right, so this is the finished look. Then for my hair, if you're wondering my plan, since I am deep conditioning, I have my Grace Alea turban. It has some dog hair on it, that's okay. Kind of. How did it even get dog hair on it? I'm going to put this on over top of my hot head, and it actually looks kind of cute. Ugh. Okay. So to make sure it's covered, my head is like super warm, super secure. Make sure my edges are covered. Like if there's some hair sticking out over here, we don't need that. No hair showing. I don't like that it's covering my ears though, because then I can't really hear. That's the only thing. Oh, they moved back to Winston-Salem. That's what I figured. So this is the look. I love it with the turban. I love it. This is a satin lined turban as well. I feel like it just looks so good with the look. All I need to do is add some earrings. I have several options for the holidays. I really love the ho ho hos. Yes, that is a vibe. Love the way this look turned out. Like, super pretty. I just need to clean off my nose ring and it's complete after I put my earrings in. In love with this look. And then I need to clean my nose ring off. And then I'm gonna wipe it off with this. All right, this is the completed look. Let me pull my phone up so y'all can see. My bougie makeup look with my $125 eyeshadow palette, but this green is popping. Like, oh my gosh, the glitter in this, just, oh, it's mesmerizing. Oh, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I love it with the turban. I think this look is super cute. If you don't want to do your hair for the holidays, or you're deep conditioning like I am and you need to look presentable, this Grace Alea satin line cap is just like perfect to disguise all of that. It just looks like I have a bunch of hair under here. Love, love this look. Love the way my skin looks. Love how everything came together. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Have a happy holiday if you don't see me again anytime soon.